On June 25th, 2020, a YouTuber named Mish Koz uploaded a video called The Super Mario 64 Iceberg Explained. Mish Koz was not a big YouTuber, only having around 300 subscribers at the time of the video's upload. However, in the month of July 2020, this video would explode in popularity, gaining over 3 million views, giving Mish Koz over 30,000 subscribers in just the span of a month. But more importantly, he started an entire genre of YouTube video. If you've been on YouTube for the past couple of years, you definitely know about the Iceberg Explained videos. Initially, people thought that this would just be a trend or fad by YouTubers riding the coattails of Mish Koz's video. However, people quickly came to realize that Iceberg videos were here to stay. Hell, when I uploaded my Fortnite Iceberg, almost 2 years ago at this point, I thought that I was too late and had missed the trend. Yet to this day, Iceberg videos are released frequently to great success. And as I was working on some Iceberg videos of my own, I started thinking, why? Why did this specific format of video garner so much success? Well, as someone who both watches Iceberg videos frequently and has made some of my own, I think I am in a unique position to explore why Iceberg videos are so popular, as I've experienced as both a viewer and a creator. So I've come up with several reasons why I think this genre is so widespread, from both the creator side and the viewer side. Number 1. More free time. Remember a couple years ago, a common joke was that YouTubers stretched their content as much as possible to hit the 10-minute mark so that they could put more ads in their video. While this was inaccurate, YouTube actually changed the required minimum length to 8 minutes, the meme had a point. Long videos back then were very uncommon. Most YouTubers would have videos only around 5 to 15 minutes long, and it was only gameplay videos that really went longer than that. YouTubers who made commentated, edited videos which hit an hour long were considered very rare and very high quality. And for good reason, making videos of this length was no easy feat. However, over the past couple of years, videos of longer length have been growing in frequency. It's no coincidence that Mish Koz uploaded his video in June of 2020. As we all know, this was a couple months into the pandemic lockdowns, and it was kind of that time period where nobody was really able to adjust to life at home yet. So ultimately what happened is that a large group of people found themselves with lots of free time on their hands. This meant that a lot of creators had more time to put greater focus on their content, and lots of potential viewers, especially children, had a lot more time to watch videos. So we started to see longer videos being made, growing to 40 minutes, 50 minutes, and even over an hour. This external factor allowed for long runtime videos to thrive over the past couple of years, which really helps in the case of Iceberg videos, most of which are above half an hour. This combines really well with my next reason. Number 2. Iceberg videos aren't too hard to make. Now of course, this point is highly subjective. The amount of effort put into an Iceberg video depends on the creator. There are many Iceberg videos out there with very high quality and dynamic editing and presentation, and the work put into these videos should not go unnoticed. However, when I say Iceberg videos are easy to make, I mean that they are easy relative to other scripted videos of their length. For me, the hardest part of the video making process is scripting the video. To make scripts for video essays, you'll have to write, well, an essay to read out loud. This means that you need an introduction, thesis, a body with multiple points of evidence to back up the thesis, and a conclusion to wrap it all up. So yeah, it's basically the same as writing a normal essay for school, and even for the best of us, it is still a challenge. In fact, scripting a video could be more challenging than something for school due to the length of video essays. Unless you're doing a PhD, most essays you'll be writing for school range somewhere between 3 to 5 pages long. And even in university, if you go past 10 pages, it's typically a group project where everybody only needs to contribute around 3 pages. From my experience, if you use MLA format to write a script, each page translates to roughly 1.5 minutes of speaking time. So a 30-minute video would have a 20-page script, and an hour-long video would have a 40-page script. It's no easy feat. Making a structured video of that length requires deep knowledge of the subject at hand. Furthermore, you'll have to ensure that all the points transition well into each other to keep the flow of the video going. And even after the entire scripting process, you'll need to edit it in a relevant way to not only reflect what you're talking about, but also keep the viewer entertained. This is something that I myself have to admittedly work on. As of right now, I feel like most of my videos are just glorified PowerPoints. There have been many YouTubers who have been able to make long, entertaining, and structured videos for years now, and they follow the rules I've been talking about perfectly. However, for every good video essayist, there are 10 mediocre ones who saw the success of the good ones but fundamentally misunderstand what made these videos great. They see that long informational deep dives are successful, and so they try and make their own. However, they often go on pretentious tangents where they try and give context for the subject of the video, but instead go into a history lesson which they attempt to tie into the main subject of the video to make it seem deeper or more important. This has been memed a lot online. For example, Man Carrying Things parody video essay about SpongeBob, which starts with a history of early film. Stuff like this often results in a video which feels unfocused and all over the place. A good video essay doesn't need to be long. Some of the best ones I've seen are only like 4 minutes long. It's just that good deep dives are concise as well, but instead, they just have so much relevant information that it results in the video being long. I've been guilty of including tangents loosely connected to the main subject in my videos. In fact, this whole segment about what makes a good video essay is one example of this flaw, since this is supposed to be about Iceberg videos if you remember. But what did I mean to say with all this? Making a good long video is a skill which requires practice and restraint to pull off well, but with the rise of Iceberg videos, suddenly scripting long videos became really easy. The inherent structure of Iceberg videos make them really easy to write. You're not trying to prove a thesis or find closure to a mystery. You're just briefly explaining a bunch of loosely connected topics. I mean, the outline is literally all there for you in the iceberg image. You just need to add a brief intro explaining the overall subject of the iceberg, and then around a paragraph for each entry in the iceberg. You don't even need a transition between the entries. You only need to write a single paragraph for each topic, and with enough topics, you end up with a long video. Editing also becomes simple, as it's very modular. So the Iceberg video format is accessible to many YouTubers, making long videos easy to make frequently. This modular format is also relevant to my next point. Number 3. Perfect for short attention spans. You must be thinking that I've truly lost it now. I was literally just talking about how Iceberg videos were notable due to their long length. How would they be perfect for short attention spans? It is quite strange that in the era of TikTok and Shorts, that long-form entertainment like Iceberg videos would see such success. But in my opinion, Iceberg videos are the best of both worlds, because like I said before, it's basically just a bunch of different short topics combined together. In an Iceberg video, each little segment can basically be its own YouTube short, and the topics change frequently enough where your attention can be focused on a new thing relatively quickly. So you can think of it as not watching a single large video, but rather a compilation of a bunch of shorts. Yes, while Iceberg can be considered deep dives, it's deep in that they cover an extremely wide variety of topics, rather than going very in-depth on a single topic. For example, look at Nexpo's video on the Lake City Quiet Pills. His video on this internet mystery is over an hour long, and it goes very in-depth on every aspect of the mystery, dissecting and clearly explaining it fully from beginning to end. However, in, let's say, an internet mystery iceberg, this topic would be summarized extremely briefly, maybe being given only around 2 minutes max. Now, this isn't a bad thing, it's just two different types of video. However, I would imagine that for many, it would be easier to sit through an iceberg video rather than a long video essay. This stream of short, rapid bits of information is a format which has always been popular in one way or another, for example, top 10 videos. But iceberg videos add an extra ingredient which make them more appealing. Number 4. They hook us with curiosity and mystery. Every iceberg video carries an inherent promise, that it will carry within it a wealth of information, and that the farther down you go, the more obscure and mysterious the information will become. We humans are naturally curious. We seek out new information all the time if we're interested in it. As such, stuff like iceberg videos are appealing because we know that we will be treated to a wealth of information, even if all of it isn't necessarily too useful. If we are already familiar with the subject of the video, we will still watch it for various reasons, including just enjoyment, nostalgia, or even hoping that in the later parts of the video a topic will come up that you didn't know about, a pleasant surprise. However, they're also appealing to those who don't have any familiarity with the subject, or only interact with it casually. The video gives them an option to learn a lot of interesting information about that subject in a relatively short period of time. Icebergs are a compilation of information on a specific subject, and watching them will give you a wealth of knowledge all in one area, knowledge that would take you years to naturally learn and come across if you're a part of the fandom. I personally find it really interesting and entertaining to watch an iceberg video on a topic I have little knowledge on, because I always come out with a bunch of cool fun facts. It's hard to put into words, but I and many others just think it's cool to learn about new stuff, and these videos are perfect for that. I mean, I've had many people comment on my Fortnite Iceberg videos that they didn't really play Fortnite, but found all the tidbits of information about the game to be really interesting. That's saying something. Also, a lot of people have morbid curiosity. We want to seek out the dark and macabre. Iceberg videos aren't inherently dark. The way it's supposed to be formatted is that the stuff at the bottom is supposed to be more obscure, not necessarily darker. However, many people just conflate the two, as both tend to overlap already, and the darker topics existing at the bottom of the iceberg just makes more sense. So the gradual shift from lighter, more well-known topics to more obscure, darker topics is a way to keep people hooked for the duration of the video. This doesn't even take into account the large amount of iceberg charts that just cover dark topics in and of themselves. There's a lot of icebergs floating around on YouTube calling themselves the darkest or disturbing, and people love that kind of stuff. In fact, they love it so much that there's like a bunch of different YouTube icebergs, all seeming to cover the exact same topics, and all of which are very successful. You know, starting off with Me at the Zoo and PewDiePie versus T-Series, and ending with stuff like Unfavorable Semicircle and I Feel Fantastic. Don't get me wrong, they're all cool, but they're a bit too similar for me. If you've been around on the site for as long as I have, and many others have, and have consumed content related to internet mysteries, you would know basically everything in these videos. At this point, the only new YouTube iceberg I'd watch is one based off of this absolutely massive post by Potted Plant 444 with over 1,000 entries. Now this is a deep dive. I've taken a look at stuff at the bottom, and I find videos with 80 views uploaded 12 years ago by a channel with like 17 subscribers, and I'm wondering how the hell the creator even found this. I know that a couple of channels like Wavy and Internet Investigator have said that they would make explained videos for this iceberg, but as of right now they seem to have only covered the first couple layers and have stopped with this series for over a couple months at this point, which is a true shame. I'd love to cover this iceberg in a video, or a video series, but there are a couple of reasons stopping me from doing so. First, given my video production efficiency, I'd probably take like a whole year to finish a project of this scale, if not more. Like, if this video was made, it would probably be the longest iceberg video on YouTube, only rivaled by Wendigoon's Conspiracy Iceberg. Second, the entries near the bottom are so vile that covering them without extreme censorship would not only result in the video's demonetization, but also probably my channel being taken down. I joke, of course, but if you really do want me to try and cover this iceberg, please let me know. I've been really tempted to cover it myself, and I think taking on a project of this undertaking would be really fun and challenging, yet the payoff would be worth it. I really do want like some big project to work on after I finish my aesthetics iceberg, and I think this could be perfect and probably more appealing to a widespread audience. However, let's move on to the final point. Number 5, limitless topic possibilities. And now for the final reason, the fact that iceberg videos are a simple template that can easily be replicated for different topics. If there's a fandom or community you're in, chances are you can make a really in-depth iceberg chart for it. Hell, if there's a simple topic you're into, you can probably go deep enough to make a comprehensive iceberg chart from it. There's so much information floating around out there that you can basically make an iceberg video for any subject. I mean, just look at the sheer amount of iceberg videos out there. You'd be surprised at some of the topics that are covered, and even more surprised at the length of the video covering these seemingly obscure and random subjects. And these videos are getting lots of views. There's a market for anything. This is the real reason why I consider iceberg videos a genre instead of a trend. The amount of possibilities for an iceberg video you could make is so much that people can keep making these videos for years to come on completely different subjects. Also, since information is ever changing, updates to previous icebergs can always be made. Spoiler alert, I'm currently working on a new Fortnite iceberg video since my older ones are very inaccurate now because of new information which has come out since about the game. There are so many icebergs out there that I don't think we'll ever run out of videos in this genre. So yeah, these are my thoughts on why iceberg videos are so popular. Do you agree with my reasoning, or do you have other ideas? What are your opinions on iceberg videos in general? Would you want me to tackle this massive YouTube iceberg? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Thank you everybody for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.